Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you are watching this. I am going to be reading The Snail Who Came In From the Cold. A big thank you to Jean Le Caire for providing the inspiration. So the story is about this snail here called Boris, and a little bit about this farmer here as well. On a farm in Russia, there lived a snail who was famous for making the farmer their whale. "Stay away from my lettuce, my carrots and peas," he would yell at the sky as he sank to his knees. The snail called Boris would hide and smile, munching on vegetables all of the while. He was clever and sneaky, as smart as a tie. He could slither over walls up to 2 meters high. For breakfast at 7, he dined on a pear, as the farmer sat quietly saying a prayer. For dinner and lunch he chose savoury bites, leaving the farmer sobbing all through the night. Not one to think of the future or ration a meal, Boris grew bigger and his shell felt like steel. He laughed at the squirrel hoarding all of its food. His favourite saying was, "Dieting ruins one's mood." The birds had given up trying to make him a snack. His vast weight had left them all with bad backs. "I'm invincible," Boris smirked as he eyed up a marrow hanging out of the back of an old wheelbarrow. But there was a change in the air as winter came. Nothing on the farm looked nearly the same. All of the fields were covered in snow. Not a single fruit or vegetable continued to grow. The farmer packed a bag and left one day, nailing a note to the door as he went on his way. Boris shivered jealously from inside his shell, muttering, "If only I could go someplace hot as well." Boris stared longingly up at the fridge and TV and dreamed of succulent dishes he could make for his tea, when all of a sudden a new man appeared in a strange little hat with a small pointy beard. He spoke a weird language and looked unimpressed. In his nautical shirt he was meticulously dressed. "Zut alors!" he cried, "there's nothing to eat." "Well, there's plenty of veg, but no tasty meat." Boris watched in awe as the man started a fire, throwing on wood until the flames leapt higher. If Boris didn't get inside soon, he'd certainly freeze or be impaled by an icicle from the snowman's knees. It was then the man spied Boris outside. He threw up his arms, he almost cried. Stuck to the ice, Boris couldn't break free. "Oh no, the farmer's warned him all about me." But the man didn't run out with hammer in fist. He plucked up Boris gently and gave him a kiss. "Well, this is strange. What a pleasant surprise," Boris thought as he stared back into the man's eyes. In the kitchen, the man lay out food to eat. Peppers and carrots. Oh, what a treat. He sang to Boris, calling him grand, and stroked his shell with the back of his hand. He diced up some garlic and chopped up clover, then set down a pan to gently boil over. How generous he was to bring Boris in from the cold. Why, he could be his pet until they both grew old. "Delicious," the man said, sipping soup from the pot. Neither cold nor boiling, it was just nice and hot. Yet it's still missing its finest ingredient, one that surely has been heaven sent. Boris wondered what that item could possibly be, for there was nothing left on the table except for... He didn't even have time to mumble a last gasp plea. The man simply licked his lips and muttered, "Bon appetit." Thank you very much for joining me. I will be reading another story and posting that up later this week. In the meantime, look after yourself, take care, and enjoy.